And joining us now is the councilor of Meycauayan City seeking the vice mayor position, Konsehal Manny Alarilla. Good morning, Consi Manny.
Good morning, Attorney Karen.
And of course, we want to get to know you. So we'll give you categories,
Sure.
and then you give us your top 3 best answers.
All right.
Okay. So first, schools that you attended. Timer starts now.
Okay. I went to Obi Montessori and for elementary and high school, and then right after I flew to England. I was at the Oxford Business College, and I finished business administration. Right after, and then I attended Oxford University. I graduated with my certificate in social and political science. Then I didn't stop. I then transferred to Italy. And so I was at the American University of Rome. So I finished my BA in International Relations.
Okay.
And I did my master's at the La Sapienza University, wherein I finished State Management and Humanitarian Affairs.
Ang dami. Bakit ka naman nag-aral ng ganun kadami
Ganun
and sa
karami.
abroad pa?
All right. Well, I was a scholar at Oxford University. And then that really made me push. I really had a dream because both my mom and my dad, they didn't finish college. So they wanted to send the children abroad. So, whatever your parents had, I think, they want the best for you, as with any parent. So, as a kid, I want to make my parents proud. So, I remember during my interview at Oxford University, the first thing that they asked me is, why do you want to, enter university here? And I said, well, I want to make my parents proud and the Philippines proud. So, yeah.
Okay, and languages that you can speak.
Oh.
Timer starts now.
Well, I'm fluent in Italian. I could speak French. Sometimes I could, go around my German. But that's about it.
Wow, but
Yeah.
that's a lot and very impressive. A lot of European languages.
Yeah.
But hindi yung mga Asian languages like Chinese, for example. That's very useful.
Actually, well, before I really wanted to learn Mandarin, of course I want to learn Japanese. But there
I
wasn't
guess
any.
because you were in Europe. You
Yeah, I was in
ended up-
Europe. It was hard, even for me. Like when I came back,
Oo.
I thought I could speak Tagalog, like fluent Filipino.
Sige, can you give us an example of Italian sentence?
Ok, allora io sono molto felice che sono qua perché tu sei mia amica e poi guarda questo bello studio.
Ah, okay. I understand a bit of that because it's similar to Spanish. But okay,
Similar.
but ano ipakitranslate na lang na sinabi mo?
Okay, so I'm very glad to be here. And then, to simplify it, your studio is beautiful.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, persons who molded you to become who you are right now.
Well, okay. A big part of my life is definitely my dad.
So your dad and then...
Of course, my mom, but one of the biggest factors is because of my aunt, Lourdes. She's the sister of my dad, who's now living in California, and my grandma, of course. They're
Okay.
very
So
big
family
influences.
are the ones
Yes,
who influence you.
Definitely.
And businesses that you are currently engaged in. Timer starts now.
Currently, well, I am doing trading most of the time, and then sometimes I'm into construction, but predominantly in trading. So that's
Trading, what do you trade?
I do trade. I dealt with Pepsi Philippines before, but until now. So that's my main business right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top 3 places or events in Meycauayan that they are known for. Timer starts now.
Oh, okay. Top 3 events. That's kind of
Or
hard.
Places
That's
in
kinda-
Meycauayan. Paano
well,
you can promote
That's
Meycauayan?
kind of hard, huh? Yeah, well, before. Well, I was looking earlier. I think I'm the thing that you flashed earlier was the Saint Francis of Assisi Church, which was built like during the 1600s.
Okay, so that's worth visiting.
Yeah, and it's actually very beautiful. Over the years, I appreciated, how it evolved, and the oldest tree in Meycauayan is actually seated right in front of the church. And when you
Okay.
visit, it's gorgeous.
So, ano pa?
yeah.
Give us 2 more.
Dalawa pa. Well, I'm gonna go with, we have a there's a yearly fiesta. So we have two island barangays. It's located in the island of Liputan. So it's basically like it's like the pagoda. So where there's a float and then they parade the patron saint.
Okay,
So
and
that's
the
one
third
of the highlights.
one?
The third one would probably be, well, yeah, it's hard.
Wala?
'cause-
Kahit restaurant?
Okay. Well, restaurant. Well, we're known for puto.
Okay,
Like
so
puto
a
Francia,
place
which is
where
in
you can get-
Salersoy.
Okay.
Yeah. So every time we had balikbayan, we used to take all those the puto in abroad because they really liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's related to our next category.
Yeah.
Top 3 food delicacies of Meycauayan, Bulacan. Timer starts now.
Well, of course, I said the puto, and then I remember when I was a kid, I used to bring tamales all the time.
Oh, I love tamales.
yeah.
Parang Mexican
Parang
style.
Mexican style.
So we have that in Bulacan.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I
I'll
have
bring
to
it.
try
I'll bring
that.
some for you sometime. And then and then there's another one. Well, we're famous actually before. I remember when I was a kid, there's a guy called Isagani Rubio, and he would bring crispy pata ulo towards to our house. And before I was like, oh, there's teeth, I can't eat it.
Yeah.
But it's actually very good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll try that.
Yeah.
And then finally, programs that you initiated as city councilor. Timer starts now.
Okay. Well, you know what? To be honest, it was kind of hard for me to actually engage in projects because as city councilors, we were not really allowed
Yeah,
to,
you
to
do
the
legislation.
executive
Yes, yeah.
part of it. But thankfully, with Senator Chis Escudero, he gave me a program, the medical assistant for indigent people, wherein I could choose a hospital, and then once it's approved and it's downloaded, I could, give help towards my constituents with the hospital that I downloaded it with. So,
Where's the source of funding for that?
source of funding is actually from DOH, and then Senator Cheese was the one that downloaded it to me, and then so far we've used around 8 million pesos already.
And you're able to help Meycauayan constituents?
Yes, it's a lot of help because we don't have a public hospital. at the
Okay,
moment.
since we started talking about politics, what made you run for vice mayor since it's only your first term as councilor?
Right. Well, in 2016, Karen, I was supposed to run as mayor already. But unfortunately, I got sick during the time of my filing. So I had to withdraw my candidacy December of 2015. So, and then now as city councilor, of course, growing up in a political family, I've always seen the hardships of my constituents because not everyone is blessed to have a good life. So now that I'm in council, I've seen that there's a lot of needs, legislations to be passed, of course, because the programs before that we have left, because I was also ABC president during that time, and actually I was even involved in the provincial council because I think that time I was the treasurer of the province for the city councilors. So I wanted more. I wanted my voice to be heard more. So that's one of the main reasons.
And among your parents, no one between your mom and dad will be running for mayor or vice mayor?
No, none. It's my mom. I actually convinced her to run for Congress this time around, but she said no because my mom's 65 already. And she's like, oh, she just wanted a life that she could just enjoy. And my dad passed away, unfortunately, in 2009. Karen.
Okay, so you're the one that's left to carry on
Yes.
the whatever mission you have in politics.
Yes.
What major obstacles did you encounter before as city councilor?
Now,
Yes, now in terms of
Oh.
initiating programs, you said it's been difficult, but again, you do understand that you're limited to legislation as a councilor.
Right.
But what challenges do you have in terms of having your local government implement programs? Because isn't the local government supposed to work together, councilors with
Right.
your mayor and vice mayor?
Right. Well, to be honest with you, one of the reasons this is in line with what you asked me earlier, why I decided to run is because I do feel that right now, as a city councilor, my voice in particular, I don't know about the others, is being repressed by the current administration. So I just want my voice to be heard because I do believe that as a leader, not just in my position, any leader in general should let their peers fly with wings.
Well, Mariposa and you were, of course, colleagues in the city council.
Right.
Whose idea was it first to run for mayor and vice mayor, and
Okay.
how did you convince each other?
Okay, actually, I never knew that she was running for mayor. I
You decided on your own to run for vice
actually,
mayor?
it was so fast, Karen, Attorney Karen. It was it. I actually even convinced her to let the current administration to finish, but things just happened. It's as I said, I think predominantly our voice got suppressed, and I think as it's our mission for our constituents for them to have a voice, for them to have a choice. So the time is, as I said, I've always said, if not now, when? The time is now for
So
change.
you decided on your own, and then you found out that Mariposa was also running for mayor.
Actually, when I found out, I've been hearing rumors that she was running for mayor. So the real deal is that she was actually convinced by our provincial governor to run for seat of mayor. And then originally I was being offered a different position. But I guess the governor and Mariposa has a lot of faith in me, and they asked me freely if I wanted to become the city vice mayor, and I said yes. Why not?
Okay, so now we know how you ended up in this position now, running for vice mayor.